To access the Savannah Tech Library from the school's homepage, hover your mouse on Academics, then on the drop-down menu, select Library. Let's highlight the following features on the library's homepage. First is Librarian Assistance, available by phone or email. Please don't let yourself get to the point of saying, "This stinking library doesn't have what I need." The professional librarians have made sure that the library serves the needs of students in every program at Savannah Tech. But finding what you need can sometimes be difficult if you haven't had a lot of practice. So when you encounter problems, help is just a quick phone call or email away. Next, notice that there is a separate library for students enrolled in any of the aviation training programs. Students in these programs require their own username and password to log into the ATP databases. ATP is a company, Aircraft Technical Publications. Now let's look at the search interface for the main library. You see 4 tabs across the top: Discover, Catalog, Journal, and Research Guides. Discover will be selected by default. That's because this is where you search for all online articles, books, and media. Catalog takes you to an electronic catalog of books, physical and ebooks, and videos. In other words, if you want to download an ebook or video, or order a physical book or video for pickup at a brick-and-mortar Savannah Tech library, you can do that here. Journal takes you to a searchable list of periodicals in that field. For this research project, we're going to begin on the Discover tab. Notice the words Search Galileo. Galileo is the name of Georgia's online library. Galileo offers access to information from subscription-only sources. This is information that cannot be found on the free web. Galileo is one of the true benefits of being a student in any Georgia school, K through 12 and higher education. Galileo consists of 292 databases. A database is a miniature online library that specializes in a particular topic. Some topics are very specific, like the 1936 Gainesville tornado disaster. But Galileo subscribes to all the major academic databases used at every college and university in the United States. Some of these databases include collections for individual subjects like business and management, ABI Inform, and accounting and tax database, for example. Some are general databases like Academic Search Complete, which includes virtually all general education subjects you take in school. Other major databases are tied to disciplines and majors like art and humanities, biology, business, chemistry, computer science, criminal justice, and so on. Looking back at the search interface on the library's homepage, this interface allows you to search all 292 of these databases at once. So let's give it a try. First, type in the general topic you're researching. In this case, we're writing a research-supported essay on juvenile delinquency. Now that's a very broad term. So what is your focus exactly? Are you looking for statistics about juvenile delinquency? If so, add the word statistics. If you're looking for solutions or treatment, type in solutions or treatment. In our case, let's search for the causes of juvenile delinquency. Entering the phrase juvenile delinquency causes means that the results returned must contain all 3 words. Let's see what we get by clicking on Submit. At this point, you may be asked to log in. If so, type in your password. If you haven't been given a password, please contact technical support. Every student currently enrolled at Savannah Tech has a password. do not log in as a guest. If you do, you will not have access to the paid subscription databases. Okay, after entering our Galileo password, we see that it found over 83,000 results for juvenile delinquency causes. Well, at least we know we started out broadly enough. But 83,000 is no problem. You see, once we find a source that we know we can use, the library provides a tool to find more sources just like it, and thus narrow your search for you. Let's scroll through the results and see which ones may be of use. First, note that the type of source is indicated underneath an icon next to each entry. So, this first item about Turkish students we know is an academic journal. An academic journal is written by experts, usually doesn't take advertising, and contains well-researched and documented articles. Journals are not for popular reading. They're for serious study of a subject. Next is a reference source. Excellent. It's always best to begin a research project by first consulting a reference source like an encyclopedia in order to get a good background on the topic, definition of key terms, and a list of what experts think are the best sources in the field. So, if we click on this Columbia Encyclopedia source, we see the entry on juvenile delinquency. It gives the legal definition of juvenile delinquency and age range. Also, good for us, it gives a list of sources at the end. The authors you see there would be considered top experts in juvenile delinquency. Going back to the results, Juvenile Focus is noted as a periodical, which means it is not an academic journal, but rather a magazine, newspaper, or something of that nature. Juvenile Delinquency, Prevention, Assessment, and Intervention is an e-book, which can be downloaded. Let's look at number 8, Theoretical Perspectives on Juvenile Delinquency, Root Causes and Control. Now, that sounds very much like it might help us in our essay exploring the causes of juvenile delinquency. Let's click on the title to get what librarians call the detailed record. The detailed record lists all the information about the article we might need if we want to use it. Notice that the periodical title, Corrections Today, is also a hyperlink. Clicking on it, we're given more information about who publishes it. This information is important to establish credibility. We see that this is a publication of the American Correctional Association in Washington, D.C., a group which has been around for over 20 years. Also note there is a link to this association's website where we can further confirm the authenticity and credibility of the magazine and this group. You might also need that website address for your citation. Let's go back and read the abstract. Okay, sounds like this article can definitely help us. So we decide we want to add it to our annotated bibliography. At this point, I suggest you do the following. First, save and download a full text version of the article. You have two choices, HTML and PDFs. PDFs reproduce exactly what the article looked like when published. But a PDF won't necessarily have all the information you need for a citation in what you download. Let's click on PDF Full Text. As you can see, we don't know what volume number, issue number, or dates there are for this article. But this is a reproduction of the original article. If you wish, use the download tool to save the PDF to your desktop, and just make sure you have the citation information you need from the library record. Okay, we got it. Next, find similar results. Let's see if that will help us narrow our search. We click on it. On the next page of results, at the top will always be the source you use to get there. But look at what comes next. Scanning the titles and descriptions, you see how these sources are much more related to the causes of juvenile delinquency. Some, like number 9, look at specific causes like parenting and family background. So, now that we've zeroed in on a group of sources directly related to our topic and slant, we can continue to download sources to our desktop. Number 18 promises to get us the statistics on juvenile delinquency. You can get the PDF or download it offline. To download offline, you will have to create an EBSCO host account if you don't have one. Number 19 talks about family and drug use. Note the Find It button. Clicking on it provides a sort of bonanza. We're given many databases where we can download this article, so we know it was a popular article if so many databases collected it. But look below the list of databases. We're also given articles found by other students who looked at this same article. Now, we have more clues to find the perfect source for our paper. On the next page, result number 24 will talk about gangs. Let's also download it. If you encounter an article that offers HTML only, or if you prefer HTML, which is usually faster and takes up less space than a PDF, then click on Save on the right side of your screen. On the next Save page, you will need to select what to include when you save. Instead of Standard Field Format, click on Citation Format, then select the citation style you've been asked to use. Then click on Save. As the final step, to save to your computer, you will need to right-click and select Save As. Saving an article in HTML provides you all the information you will need for your citation. However, these database citations are not completely in the right format due to the limitations of what a database can show. So you should not copy and paste them onto your works cited or references page. Instead, please use a citation helper to ensure you have a full and complete citation. The one I recommend is CiteFast.